Welcome back to another December series here in Japan, where I'm going to be exploring Osaka this time and trying to find everything festive going on in town. You all know I love my cafes, and I looked up festive cafes here in Osaka, and a bunch of them are doing really cute things, and I found a place that has a whole Christmas plate, and I should be arriving any minute now. This might be the most extra cafe I've ever been to. Like, look at this plate. It is so festive and themed. There's even a ribbon in it. Oh my goodness. And so it's a pudding plate with a marshmallow snowman, cream, mousse, as well as strawberries, and for some reason, a dog that has a Santa hat on it. And I also got a set drink, which was a hot latte. And I feel like this has very Korean feels and vibes to it, because Korean cafes go all out with this kind of thing. And there are a lot of very cute girls dressed here on like girly dates with their girlfriends. It's a cute vibe, except there's a second group of salarymen right over there next to me. They're cute too. So this plate actually costs 2,000 yen, which is more than I usually would want to pay, but I'm like, you know, it's Christmas, so I am going to indulge myself in this fancy plate. Oh my god, there's a macaron as well. Kind of sad to like destroy this, but here we go. I may have just got cream in my hair. Time to review the pudding. The caramel on it's so good. Japan does pudding so well. If you're ever in Japan, you have to get a pudding. So this cafe is in Kitahama, which is a really trendy part of Osaka. There are lots of specialty coffee stores that are along the river. This is only, I don't know, 10 minutes away from there, and there's a lot of bakeries, so it's a really cool area that a lot of tourists don't get to because it's more local. But it's one of my favorite places that whenever I come to Osaka, I check out. I also really like how the cafes here get into the Christmas spirit. Like, they have trees, they have themed things. Like, I don't know if Australia does that. So it's very nice being here. I'm gonna try the little cookie. So this is like a shortbread cookie. It's cute. I like how they use sesame seeds to do the eyes. I feel like that's really smart. There's one that got stuck at the back. I don't know why. This place actually does lots of different seasonal things, so if you come at a different time of year, they have a different menu. And I actually came here looking at the reviews for last year, and the plate changed, so just keep that in mind. I'm thinking to go to the Illuminations tonight. Osaka has so many pretty ones. I think the most famous one is Midosuji, and I'm just gonna enjoy some very cold weather outdoors, but with the lights. I reconfirmed something I already knew about myself. I'm not into the very cute aesthetic cafe food. I never have been, but now I know I don't need to do that again. I think sharing that kind of food with someone else would be perfect, but by myself I couldn't finish it. Anyhow, I am going to go for a little walk, even though it is freezing. It's very windy, very windy. So I may need to buy a scarf. I was supposed to bring one from Tokyo and I was in a rush and forgot it in the morning. Oopsie. So I've come to a pizza place called Henry's, and it's really cool. I usually don't go for pizza, but apparently that's a thing on Christmas that people do. I know about it because obviously Rose and Bruno Mars came here. Yeah, there's a place in Tokyo called Pizza Slide. This place reminds me of that. But they got a Christmas tree, it's super festive, and it's really budget friendly because I think this piece was 400 yen, and then I also got a garlic knot for 200 yen. There's something about American pizza that has grown on me ever since living in Japan, and I actually went to another pizza place during my trip to Osaka, so there's something in the air. Anyway, I just love looking at all the streets decorated, but I'm heading to a different part of town now by bus. I was asking my friend who's from Osaka if she recommends anything here for Christmas, and apparently there is a free Christmas market at the Hankyu Department Center, which is right where Osaka Station is and Umeda Station, and I've never been before, but I'm going to try and find it. It's somewhere around here. This station is really confusing to me because there are so many like main stations going on and like buildings, department centers, and they've also got Illuminations nearby, so I'm gonna spend quite a bit of time in this little part of Osaka to celebrate Christmas. I think it's this building right here behind me. There are so many, it's really confusing. Yeah. I don't know though. It's very pretty here though at the moment. Very nice. I love seeing the trains in the distance. It's so pretty. This is the Hankyu Christmas market inside of the department store. And it's my first time visiting. I used to go to the Umeda Sky Building market because it was free, but now they're charging over 3,000 yen to get inside, so the 3-1 is the one I'm trying out. There's a light up here and I just made it in time. Also, this shop behind me here, this was awesome. They had all these German products, and they're actually some that I bought while I was in Austria earlier this year, including this lip balm. It is so good. If you find it, try it. I got the coconut originally, but now I'm gonna have a plain one because I have really dry lips, and they had all this intensive hand cream. This is already way better than the Tokyo Christmas markets. Osaka, you're doing good. And the vibes are really cute for an indoor market. What is this? It's free to enter too. One thing that surprised me is that the shopping here was based on a trust system. So anything you wanted, you just pop it in the basket, and when you were done, you'd go to the cash register, which is impressive because people could easily walk away with it. I didn't though, I did buy it. And look at all the German imported goods. It was very impressive to see that it was very authentic. And they even had a cookie making workshop. This is crazy. They have a merry-go-round inside of this shopping center. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. I love this. Osaka, delivering on the Christmas spirit. And it's Alice in Wonderland themed. I ended up buying all the stuff at that first store. I'm so excited. Let me show you what I got. So everything is from Germany, and if you don't know, I'm half German, so this made me really excited. So I got this lip balm and these hand creams because during the winter I get the driest hands, like my skin is so rough, so this should come in handy. They had a tester and it felt good. Of course it's a little expensive because I'm in Japan, but I've never seen it in Tokyo or pharmacies here, so I had to get it. It's the only chance. As well as a orange cinnamon bath bomb. I'm gonna try this out in my hotel tonight. It smells amazing. There was a little hole where you can smell it. It smells so good. But on top of that, I also grabbed some of the freshly baked goods because they looked really nice, and it was a self-serve and it wasn't too expensive. So I got myself a mini pretzel as well as a piece of Stollen, which is a very German cake. Stollen. And I usually don't eat it, but it was so small and tiny, I was like, I'm gonna just try it. So it was a very chewy pretzel. That said, it's really hard to find good pretzels in Japan. This one tastes good. Sehr lecker. I believe this is on every day throughout December, starting in the morning till about, 5 or so. So check it out if you're in Osaka. The blue lights look so pretty. This is inside of one of the stations here in Osaka. It's like the connecting place, I think, when you go from one line to the other. I'm going to try my best to find the Midosuji Illuminations. I've been there before, but I just don't know how to get there. I think I'm very close though. I'm thinking I should have got off at Namba and not come to Osaka Station because I think the main area is in Namba. I'm remembering now. And so I asked the security guy and he's like, yeah, you can start over there, but that's probably not the main area. I'm going to try and walk to Namba. It's about an hour by foot. It's very cold though, so I may give up halfway and then ride the train. At the start of the Midosuji Illuminations was a 7-Eleven, and if I'm going to do a long walk in the cold, I'm getting myself a warm drink, and this is warm water because I'm very boring and plain. And it's late and I don't want any caffeine. This keeps me so warm. Oh my god. Recently my nose is so cold. I think ever since I slept overnight in the tatami room, I have really cold nose and itchy and painful. I wish there was something I could use to just cover my nose. I've got my ears covered, I've got my hands covered, but I need a nose beanie. I would use that so much. Like Rudolph, he was onto something. If I hadn't had so many sweets already today, I would be 100% buying myself one of these taiyaki. So if anyone else does this walk, there's a taiyaki shop. And it's some of the best taiyaki. It's a chain, but it is so good. They do custard and red bean, and it's super cheap. It's about 200 or 300 yen.
Oh my god, in the distance, the color of the illumination is finally changing. It's going purple. The Midosuji illumination is actually over 4 kilometers long and said to be the world's longest illumination. So Osaka's got its title. And this year the theme is got a lot of purple and blue colors. One of my favorite things about walking down the street is just seeing everyone's face light up. There's so many of the locals coming out with their friends and just stopping and staring and smiling. And then also just taking photos, so it seems to bring everyone together. Growing up in Australia, every Christmas we'd go to our local neighborhood and check out all the houses that put together a really amazing light display. But I don't feel like it was really in the city. Maybe these days they do it, but not when I was growing up. At least that's not where I was taken. So I love that Japan does this. While I was walking along the Midosuji lights, I spotted this shrine off to the left of the road and it was all illuminated and it feels very festive. I don't know if this is a coincidence and they're always like this all year, but look at it. I've never seen anything like this. It's very festive. There's lights, there's green. It's beautiful. I love this about Osaka. Last time I was here, I also stumbled across a really cool shrine. And there's a lot of people who just commute through here because it's on the way, like salarymen. Turns out this place is called Ohatsu Tenji and it's a shrine dedicated to love. And so I decided to buy myself a love omikuji, which is here. And it's special because we've got to put it in the water. And one of my favorite shrines in Japan called Kibune, they do the same thing. So let's see what I get. Also got a little fortune to put on my bag. Usually I wouldn't, but this one's so pretty. It's like lace. Look how pretty that is. There's something so satisfying and fun about doing these fortunes at shrines, especially when they're unique, like the water ones, and I don't see them too often, although they're popping up a bit more now. So anyway, you have to like pour the water over the paper and then the message will appear. Turns out I had some decent luck, everybody. I got kichi, which means good fortune, not the best, but good. And you know what? I'll settle for that, even though there's only a month left of the year. And I carried on my illumination journey to Namba. I made it to Namba and I don't know why I came here because I have nothing I actually want to do, but I feel like every time I come to Osaka I should come here at least once. But being here now, I'm like, this is the busiest area and obviously this is where all the tourists are. Because everywhere else I've been today has been very local, very quiet. And of course the illuminations are here as well, but they look very much the same as the ones on the other side of the 4-kilometer stretch. And I may have cheated, I did come here with a train. And you know what, I don't regret it, because I don't think it would have been worth walking the whole thing. I realized there was no point of me being in Umeda, so I went to Shinsekai. I don't know why I did that. Whenever I'm in Osaka, I always come to Shinsekai, which is where I'm actually staying this time, and I get Kushikatsu, which is one of my favorite things to get when I'm here, and this is really famous in this area in particular. So, and this restaurant is in like an arcade, it's called Osho Club, and this is my 3rd time. I always come here because it's not too heavy. So basically Kushikatsu is deep fried food, so you've got vegetables, meat, cheese, all kinds of ingredients, and it's got a batter made of like panko. And it can be quite heavy depending on the restaurant you go to, like really oily, but I find that this particular restaurant does it super well. It is like really light and tasty, and I need to dig in because if it gets cold it's not going to taste as good. And I need to dip it into a sauce. And I got a variety of things. I have camembert cheese, lotus root, onion, even shoga, beni shoga, which is like red ginger, pickled ginger. I'm gonna go for the rengon first. This is so good. It's so hot as well. I was thinking about this all day. In Namba, I saw so many restaurants, I was like, I could go there, but no, I'm gonna come all the way out here. And it was worth the wait. This is like not a very festive themed dinner, but it's what I wanted. Apparently it's a thing to get free cabbage as a side to go with your kushikatsu, I think because it's like a light vegetable. Except you're meant to dip this in the sauce. And I was like, I don't know if I like that, but honestly, while I was waiting for the food to come out, I was just like eating away at this and I was like, I can do this. Like, okay, that's good. The camembert is so good, oh my god. Oh, that's definitely my favorite. I think I got that every single time. I think I've got that every single time I've been here.
ありがとうございます。
すみません、キャメンベールもう一つ。
カマンベール、はい。カマンベール1本追加いただくとはい。
You come to Shinsekai, there are so many of these Kushikatsu restaurants that it can be overwhelming picking one because some of them aren't that good. And when you get to Tsutenkaku, which is the blue tower in the middle of the town, there are so many along that strip, like back to back. But this place, you can't go wrong. And the owner, super friendly too. I was so satisfied after eating this meal and went back to my hotel to try out the bath bomb or salts that I got, and it smelled incredible. Oh my goodness, I would have this every day if I could. Do get it if you ever see it. And I actually went to Universal Studios on this Osaka trip to check out the new Donkey Kong area, but it's also great at Christmas time. So stay tuned for that new vlog coming soon. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye for now.